Dear students, we were discussing about addition to carbon-carbon multiple bonds, and we were discussing about the electrophilic addition reaction. In this sequence, today we are going to discuss some more reactions of that particular chapter. And the first reaction is hydroboration, deboration, or simply the hydroboration oxidation reaction. This reaction is synthetically very important reaction, and if we are talking about stereochemistry, so on the basis of stereochemistry, this is also very important reaction. Stereochemically, this reaction is basically a syn addition reaction, and cis stereoselectivity will be followed during the course of this particular reaction. The ultimate product of this reaction will be the alcohol and the hydroxyl group. As you know that the hydroxyl group was also added during simple hydration reaction. It was also added during oxymercuration demercuration reaction as well. So in this case, hydroxyl group is being added to the carbon-carbon multiple bond, and this will not follow the Markovnikov rule. The hydroxyl group will be addition will be according to anti-Markovnikov rule. So when we are talking about the mechanism of this hydroboration deboration reaction, the first step is the hydroboration, in which we generally added BS3 in ethereal solution to the carbon-carbon multiple bond. This reaction basically proceed through formation of a cyclic transition state. It will not involve the formation of carbocation or carbon ion. So when we are talking about this particular reaction, you can see that this is the carbon-carbon multiple bond and this is the BH3. So basically we have taken the ethereal solution of this borane, and this undergo the addition reaction in first step to carbon-carbon multiple bond, and after that one, this on further reaction with hydrogen peroxide in presence of basic medium, that is sodium hydroxide here in this case, will furnish the alcohol. So this is the overall mechanism of this reaction. You can see on the screen that the first step is the concerted one, in which we are adding this particular double bond, and this double bond will now acting as the nucleophile, and this boron will acting as the electrophilic center, right? So it will undergo the concerted addition reaction, and after formation of this concerted product, it will form a cyclic transition state. And this cyclic transition state in the second step will react with the hydrogen peroxide in basic medium and will form borate ester, which finally produce the alcohol. Now you can see that stereochemistry is also represented as this mechanism. The hydroxyl group and the hydrogen both are cis to one another, both are above the plane. So basically the cis stereoselectivity was also followed during the course of this reaction. When we are talking about the stereoselectivity, we have BH3, and similar to BH3, we are also having different other reagents that can do such kind of reaction, and these are 9-BBN, which is 9-bora bicycloborane, and SiA2BH, that is DC-amyl borane. If we are talking BS3, at that time that can react with 3 molecules of alkene we have taken. If we are talking about these kind of reagents, that is SiA2BH, as you know, that is only one hydride is here. In case of SiA2BH DC-amyl borane, at that time it can react with only one molecule of the alkene, and then the product will be synthesized. So here this is the stereoselectivity that have been achieved during the change of the reagent, if we change it from BS3 to 9-BBN or SiA2BH. Ultimately you will follow the syn stereoselectivity. Syn addition reaction will be there in this case. Now there are more example on the screen. You can see that we have just talk about anti-Markovnikov residue chemistry, that is anti-Markovnikov addition is here. You can see that this is basically an alkene, and this on reaction with BS3 in presence of tetrahydrofuran, followed by reaction with H2O2, that is hydrogen peroxide, in presence of base. This is basically the hydroxyl group, and this hydroxyl group is attached to this particular carbon. So basically this is following the anti-Markovnikov rule here, because the boron, this is electrophilic center, so this will attach itself to this particular carbon. And why this is the syn addition, you can see it from here that this particular phase is being covered. So at that time you can clearly see that this is following the cis addition and will follow the anti-Markovnikov rule in this case. So this is about the hydroboration deboration reaction, and after this the second reaction in this mechanism is hydroxylation reaction. Basically hydroxylation reaction is a test for identification of the alkene. And this reaction, if I am talking about particularly hydroxylation reaction, this reaction is used as a test of identification of the unsaturation in a organic molecule. Like hydrocarbon is there, alkene is there. If we are having potassium permanganate, KMnO4 solution will be there. At that time the purple color of this KMnO4 will be discharged during this particular process, because formation of a diol will be resulted by this particular reaction. This reaction is called as the hydroxylation reaction, and this reaction can be carried out by using KMnO4, right, and osmium tetraoxide. Both can be used for this particular reaction. You can see that if you are taking KMnO4 at that time, manganate ester will be synthesized, and if you are taking osmium tetraoxide at that time, osmate ester will be synthesized. And during this course, the stereochemistry, if I am particularly talking about the stereochemistry, it is basically a syn addition reaction, right, because the hydroxyl group will be added from the same phase. So you can see that this is basically the manganate ester, and after formation of this manganate ester, hydroxyl group both are added on the same phase, both are above the plane. So this have been synthesized during this particular course of reaction. Now we have taken that hydroxylation is basically carried out in cold media, preferably in the basic condition. If we are taking the hot condition, at that time the formation of carboxylic acid will result from this particular reaction. With osmium tetraoxide, OSO4, you can see here with this case osmate ester will be synthesized, and in the case of KMnO4 the manganate ester was synthesized. So here you can see that now we are taking osmium tetraoxide. At that time this osmate ester will be synthesized, and after formation of this osmate ester, this will undergo the reaction with water molecule in basic condition generally, and after that hydroxyl group will be added during that particular case. So we are getting diol, and formation of this diols will be according to syn addition reaction, that is the stereochemistry of this particular reaction is syn. Now we are coming to simple addition reaction, that is addition of HX. If we are talking about HX, at that time we can see that hydrogen iodide can be taken, hydrogen bromide can be taken, HCl can be taken, as well as hydrogen fluoride can be taken. If we are talking about a general order of reactivity of these hydrogen halides, at that time we can see that this is basically a general order of addition of this HX to alkene, right? At that time you can see clearly that what is the mechanism. For example, we are representing this particular reaction in special context to the HBr only, that this is basically a alkene and this react with HBr, and after formation of this form carbocation, and after formation of this carbocation the Br negative will attack, and this will result in formation of this particular product, that is alkyl halide will be synthesized during the course of reaction. Now if we talking about the importance of this particular reaction, at that time we can clearly see that as carbocation is being synthesized during this reaction, at that time, for example, if we are particularly talking about the Markovnikov rule, so basically this is your alkene and this is the HBr to which we are adding, this is the alkene, so this will be the major product and this will be the minor product, and this minor product will be only in the trace amount. And why this happen? This is because following the Markovnikov rule. And why this Markovnikov rule has been followed here? Because reaction will proceed through formation of the carbocation, and we know that there is a stability concern with the carbocation, so more stable carbocation will be synthesized and reaction will always proceed with the formation of more stable carbocation. So in this case a secondary carbocation will be generated and here a primary carbocation will be generated. So this product will be in trace amount, that will be in the minor amount, and this product will be in the major quantity, and that's why the Markovnikov rule is being followed in this case. And this usually happen with other reactant as well. You can see here that I have already told you about the stability of the carbocation. Here you are getting the primary carbocation and here you are getting the secondary carbocation. That's why it follow the Markovnikov rule. When we are particularly talking about other reactions, at that time we can also have that reduction reaction. This is also a very important case of reduction reaction. Before proceeding to the formation of simple alkane from alkene, that is reduction, I want to tell you about the concept of reduction reaction, that how many type of reducing agent we can select for this particular reaction. As you know that there is basically a catalytic reduction in which we use a solid spot, and that solid spot provide a area of attachment to the alkene and the hydrogen, so that reduction reaction can happen. When we are particularly talking about the reduction reaction, at that time you can have the heterogeneous catalyst, and you can have homogeneous catalyst, right? So if we are talking about heterogeneous catalyst, at that time we can have ranitidine, we can have platinum with carbon as a support, we can have NaBH4 reduced nickel, we can have platinum and its oxide, that is PtO2, we can have rhodium, ruthenium and zinc. These are basically insoluble in the reaction mixture, right? So all those which I have already explained you, these come under the category of heterogeneous catalyst. If there is a catalyst that's soluble in the reaction mixture, at that time this will be called as the homogeneous catalyst. And the different kind of catalyst that comes under this category is basically RHCl PS3P whole thrice, that is Wilkinson's catalyst, that is used for alkene. You may have COCN5 3 negative, and this is basically for double and triple bond in conjugation. So this is basically the homogeneous catalyst for this particular case. So we generally use the reduction reaction in presence of the platinum, nickel aluminum alloy. This can be used, and this is basically a surface phenomena. And when we are talking about the stereochemistry of this this reaction, particularly reduction reaction, at that time syn stereochemistry will be followed in that particular case, right? So this is basically addition reaction. We have certain examples. I am just writing these examples on the screen. You can see that how these catalysts will react differently in different kind of the conditions. For example, you have this kind of alkene and we are having PtO2, that is Adams catalyst. This is basically PtO2 and this is called Adams catalyst. If we are having only 1 mole of this Adams catalyst, at that time, my dear student, these are the 2 double bonds you can see on the screen. Out of these 2 double bonds, which double bond will undergo the reduction reaction? At that time I can say you that this particular double bond will undergo the reduction reaction. And now if we are having 2 mole of this Adams catalyst, at that time these 2 double bonds will undergo the reduction reaction, there will be no problem. Similarly, if we are particularly talking about the aromatic ring, at that time we can have, for example, we are having this Adams catalyst PTO2 that can also be utilized for the reduction of the aromatic ring as well. But generally this reduction will be done under drastic conditions. Similarly, we can also use nickel catalyst for such kind of reductions, but generally this kind of reduction will occur in presence of some drastic conditions. So this is the reduction reaction in this particular context. Now if we proceed further, the next reaction under the electrophilic addition mechanism is the epoxidation reaction. And if we are talking about the epoxidation reaction, this is basically stereochemically a very important reaction. You can clearly see that this kind of reaction will be done in presence of peracid, and generally we use metachloro perbenzoic acid. Simple perbenzoic acid can also be utilized, and there is basically homo-lumo interaction, and one of the oxygen from the peracid will be react with this particular double bond. And the stereochemistry of this alkene, I was telling you that stereochemically this reaction is very important, because whatever the stereochemistry of alkene is here, the same will be retained into the product, right? So basically you can see that these two R group are here. If we are talking about the product formation, these two will be here, so the same stereochemistry will be going to the product formation. So this is basically the transition state that have been synthesized during this course of reaction, and this reaction again is proceeding with the concerted mechanism, that is bond formation and breaking will takes place simultaneously. So this is basically the peracid that you have taken for this reaction, and this is your alkene, and this was the transition state that have been synthesized, and this is the epoxide that have been synthesized now, and this is the carboxylic acid which is generated, right? So this is basically a epoxidation reaction. Now I was talking about the stereochemistry. You can clearly check that stereochemistry of the alkene that will be retained during the product formation. So this is the importance of this particular reaction. Now if we are particularly talking about the influence of different groups which are already attached on the alkene, for example, if we are taking the particular example of the hydroxyl and the NH group, this is basically a NH group, and this NH group is attached to this particular cyclic system, and this is the alkene. So when we are doing the epoxidation reaction, at that time this will be the transition state. You can clearly see, my dear student, and this is a case of the hydrogen bonding that can be accelerated during this particular reaction, and a cis product will be synthesized in this case. The reason for formation of this particular cis product is basically this is the driving force for this reaction, that is the hydrogen bonding, because of the cis product has been synthesized, right? Similar case will also be observed when we are having hydroxyl group in this particular case, right? If we are particularly talking about this particular reaction, that here we are having another group, and here the oxygen, if this is basically above the plane, right? Because there will be no hydrogen bonding in this case. Now at that time you can clearly see, if you are having the hydroxyl group, at that time you will be having the hydrogen bonding, so the epoxide that will be supplied, the oxygen will be supplied from above the plane. But now if the hydrogen bonding will be diminished, at that time the oxygen supply will occur below the plane, right? So in this case you will get the syn product, that is cis product will be synthesized, but here you are having the trans geometry. So the presence of such a group which will interfere with the reagent at that time, that affect the stereochemistry of the reaction in a larger amount. Now there is an associated reaction with this epoxidation reaction, and this associated reaction is epoxide ring opening. And basically this epoxide ring opening can be carried out by SN2 mechanism in electrophilic as well as nucleophilic reagents. And you will get the diol, and in this case trans diol will be synthesized. Diol, you have already studied about formation of this diol in hydroxylation reaction. The difference between this diol and the diol that was synthesized by hydroxylation reaction is that in this case you are getting the trans diol, but in our previous case, that is hydroxylation reaction, you were getting the cis diol, right? So this is basically the difference, and you can clearly see that this is the mechanism for ring opening of this diol. Now this diol formation can also be achieved by using lithium aluminum hydride, by using Grignard reagent, by using organolithium reagent, by using sodium borohydride, right? In all the cases SN2 attack will happen, and a cis this basically hydroxyl group will be generated, and this R group and this hydroxyl group will be trans to one another. Now the next reaction is Sharpless epoxidation reaction, that is also called as Sharpless asymmetric epoxidation reaction, and this reaction was discovered by Professor K.B. Sharpless. And basically this reaction is enantiomer selective epoxidation, in which the asymmetric induction that is achieved by enantiomerically active tartrate derivative, and that is used during this particular reaction, and this is called as a Sharpless asymmetric epoxidation. You can see here the sketch of this particular reaction, in which we are having titanium isopropoxide, and here we are having diethyl tartrate. The stereochemistry of the product will be influenced by this diethyl tartrate. First of all, there is basically a reaction between this diethyl tartrate and titanium isopropoxide. Then the same will react with tert butyl hydroperoxide, and after this one it will form a dimeric titanium species. After formation of this dimeric titanium species, this will react with the allylic alcohol, and it is now coordinated with this particular allylic alcohol, and oxygen will be supplied either above the plane or below the plane. And here you can see that the oxygen was supplied below the plane during formation of this particular epoxide. You can clearly see that this particular oxygen will be supplied to this particular double bond, and epoxide will be synthesized. When we are particularly talking about the selectivity, and this selectivity to this particular reaction is offered by the DET, that is diethyl tartrate. Either you can use minus DET or you can use plus DET. If you are using minus DET, at that time the oxygen that will be supplied above the plane, and if you are using plus DET, at that time the oxygen will be supplied below the plane. here you can see that we are using minus DET, titanium isopropoxide, and tert butyl hydroperoxide. This is basically called as the Sharpless reagent, right? And this reagent is used for Sharpless asymmetric epoxidation reaction. Here you can see that if you are using minus DET, at that time oxygen is supplied above the plane, and if you are using plus DET, at that time the oxygen is supplied below the plane. And this is basically the allylic alcohol is holding, we are holding this particular allylic alcohol in plane. So this is the selectivity of this Sharpless asymmetric epoxidation reaction. Now we come to the next reaction, and this reaction is called Simmons-Smith reaction, and basically this reaction is also a case of stereospecific reaction, and this reaction occur between alkene, and this is basically iodomethylene zinc iodide. The first reaction between, you can see that CH2I and Zn copper, and basically this will form iodomethylene zinc iodide, right? Stereospecific reaction is, and you can clearly see that whatever the stereochemistry of this alkene is, the same will be retained into the product, and there is formation of cyclic product. Here you can clearly see that this is the mechanism, and the mechanism is also concerted. You can clearly see it here that this is basically the iodomethylene zinc iodide that has been synthesized, and this is the transition state that have been synthesized during the course of reaction, and this is the final product that have been synthesized, right? For example, this is a substrate alcohol, allylic alcohol we are taking here. You can clearly see that cyclopropyl ring that is synthesized, that is on the same side, that is this hydroxyl group is above the plane, so this is also above the plane. So basically this will attach itself to the same side. Again, this is because of the hydrogen bonding between the hydroxyl group and the zinc iodide that have been synthesized during this particular reaction. So again, the stereochemistry will be greatly influenced by the group which is already present in the alkene. So this is basically addition reaction with this one. Now we go to the next reaction, and this reaction is called as the ozonolysis of alkene, and you can clearly see that during this particular ozonolysis reaction you are getting aldehyde or ketones that will specifically depend upon the type of substrate, type of alkene you have taken for your reaction. For example, here is basically this kind of alkene, so this bond will be broken down and oxygen will be attached to this particular group and this particular carbon. So from here you will get the aldehyde, and from here you will get the ketone. Now you can clearly see when we are talking about the mechanism of ozonolysis reaction, at that time molozonide will be synthesized, and after formation of molozonide it will get converted into ozonide, and finally the ozonide will get converted into product, that is complete reaction is called as a reductive ozonolysis reaction, in which there are two reactions. The first one is the ozonolysis and the second reaction is the reduction reaction. So this complete reaction is called as the reductive ozonolysis reaction. So this is all about the electrophilic addition reaction. We have talked about the reduction reaction, hydroboration deboration reaction, reductive ozonolysis reaction. We talk about the hydroxylation reaction. We talk about the epoxidation reaction. Epoxidation again of two type, that is by using simple peracid and by using Sharpless asymmetric epoxidation reaction. So you have a complete overview about the electrophilic addition reaction to carbon-carbon multiple bonds. and specifically we are taking example in context to the alkene only. Now we will discuss about the nucleophilic addition reaction, and then we will discuss about the free radical addition reaction.